A big firing just took place to a general manager, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's up with AJ Lee, CM Punk, and more. Starting things off with the big firing for one of the WWE general managers, and that's Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis has been the Smackdown general manager for several years, and has done such an incredible job with the position. When you see Nick Aldis on screen, he's a very believable authority figure. He's a pure natural in that position. It really does feel like his character is running the show. He's gotten into heated situations with superstars several times during this current run as SmackDown general manager. Even several close calls when things almost got physical, like when Nick was having some issues with Drew McIntyre. There was a point when fans thought they were setting up a Nick Aldis versus Drew McIntyre match because things were getting very heated there, but it never happened. But fast forward to current day, and Nick Aldis has once again found himself in a pretty sticky situation that has crossed the line and costed his character his on-screen role. Following Sami Zayn's WWE Championship win, Gunther confronted Nick Aldis backstage, claiming that Nick is purposely sabotaging all of his championship matches. After some words were exchanged there, both men appear to have put hands on each other because getting split up. For Gunther, you can sort of understand where he's coming from. He had 3 straight WWE Championship matches recently, 4 if you want to count the SmackDown Restart as its own separate match, and he lost every single one in a pretty bizarre way. So Gunther is fed up and feeling like this is some sick joke from Nick Aldis. And for Nick Aldis, you can understand where he's coming from too, and why this was the breaking point for him as well. Nick Aldis has had to deal with so many superstars accusing him of sabotaging their matches. Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, and others have all accused Nick Aldis of the same thing. So at this point, Nick is probably sick of it, and that probably played a role in him losing his cool here with Gunther. And a few days after this incident with Gunther, it was revealed on Raw that WWE relieved Nick Aldis of his SmackDown general manager duties, and now Adam Pearce will run both brands in Nick's absence. It's a bit unclear if Nick being relieved of his general manager duties is a permanent thing or a temporary thing. But judging by the way the commentary team delivered the news about Nick Aldis, they are presenting it as a temporary removal, at least for the time being. So the big question here is, why go in this direction? Why remove and fire Nick Aldis as SmackDown general manager? And everyone is kind of thinking the same thing, and that's the idea that this could be leading to Nick's in-ring WWE debut. Nick Aldis himself is a professional wrestler that has held world titles in multiple different promotions. But in the WWE world, we've never seen that side of him, because his first appearance on WWE television was him being announced as the SmackDown general manager, and that's the only role he's played ever since. So fans have a strong feeling that they temporarily removed him as the general manager in order to clear the way for him to return to in-ring competition and face Gunther, potentially in a Summerslam matchup. It's kind of strange and rare for a general manager to be involved in a huge premium live event match, so maybe they removed that position away from Nick Aldis just so he can fully go up against Gunther with no strings attached. Nick Aldis doesn't have to worry about being professional and being a general manager for this match against Gunther. He's not entering the match as a general manager. He's entering it as a fighter, a wrestler, a WWE superstar, so that really could be the huge reason behind Nick's removal from that position. For Nick Aldis to step into the ring again as a special and rare attraction for the SummerSlam card. And if this is a one-time thing for Nick Aldis, and knowing Gunther's gimmick, maybe Gunther would want Nick Aldis to put his in-ring career on the line as well for this matchup and turn it into a retirement match. So if Gunther defeats Nick Aldis at SummerSlam, he technically adds another retirement name to his list. And that after that match and program concludes, maybe Nick Aldis will return as SmackDown general manager. But most definitely a very intriguing situation being set up here for sure. Both AJ Lee and CM Punk have not been seen on WWE television since the week of WrestleMania 42 back in April, and have been fully missing from the WWE world. But both of them reappeared this week through a new post from AJ Lee on Instagram. AJ Lee revealed that CM Punk and herself were recently on a vacation, and they shared a bunch of beach photos, as well as other activities they were doing like seeing plays. AJ and Punk are not big into social media. They don't post frequently at all, so it was a rare update for them and everyone was happy to see them doing well. Of course, now that the vacation is over, WWE fans want to know when the both of them are heading back over to WWE television. Well, for several months now, the big report has been that CM Punk was returning in the month of July. And we have officially entered July, meaning that it's possible that Punk's return can happen literally any day now. Punk is expected to have a high-profile match at Summerslam. There's just no confirmation on what exactly that match is. There's been rumblings of Punk shifting over to Smackdown to potentially feud with Cody Rhodes over the WWE title. But Sami Zayn is, of course, the champion at the time of this recording. So, in order for that to happen, the WWE title would have to come off Sami Zayn some way, somehow. Cody Rhodes will have a WWE Championship coming soon against Sami Zayn, so maybe that could be the spot where Cody gets the title back, or maybe even a spot where Punk returns as well. As far as things go with AJ, there's still no new WWE information there for her at all. AJ is not expected at SummerSlam, and not expected back anytime soon. Everyone hopes that's wrong, but the big rumor as of late is that AJ isn't planned for anything anytime soon in WWE. NXT saw the debut of a massive superstar this week that has everyone buzzing, and that's the arrival of Nikki Blackheart. Nikki has been making a huge name for herself in the wrestling industry in recent memory, and it was major news a few months back when it was revealed that she signed with WWE. She even wrestled a dark match for NXT a few months ago, and that fact exploded and went viral online because of all the hype surrounding her. And now we've just seen her official NXT arrival and debut take place on June 30th. Nikki Blackheart appeared in the closing moments of the show to attack Tatum Paxley and stand tall as the show faded to black. So an impactful debut right off the bat to kick off her NXT run. And if you noticed, Nikki Blackheart is currently unnamed in WWE. The commentators did not refer to her as any specific name, and even on WWE's social media pages, they also left Nikki unnamed in those posts. Even in their own YouTube highlights, she has no name. Reported reason being that a WWE ring name for Nikki Blackheart has not been finalized quite yet, so her debut took place before her name could be made official. It's sort of like when Blake Monroe debuted in 2025, she went nameless for a bit and was just referred to as the Glamour until her name was finalized. Similar situation here for Nikki Blackheart. She won't be using that name in WWE, and it looks like they're just buying time until the name becomes official. She used Martinez for her NXT Dark match several weeks ago, so fans think that name could be a possibility as well. But that entire name situation for her should be finalized in the coming weeks. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.